good? It's your boy KashDaGemini back with another video. It's been a long week ahead of us. In this today, along with a couple other videos, we probably will be talking mostly about Sideshow Con. Sideshow Con was a 7-day long event that did feature some pretty good statue releases. Some that we had already seen, some that we got a little bit more in-depth look at. But today we'll be talking about none other than a horror classic, Pumpkinhead. Let's dive in.
I'm feeling lucky, you know, like Luciana. Money, power, and respect. Coming down soprano. Lucky, I'm feeling lucky, nigga. Lucky, I'm feeling lucky, nigga.
I saw your face the whole time. You were like, don't you hate it when like people pull up like old videos or old pictures of you? Like,
oh man, yo, that just caught me off guard, man. Just caught me off guard.
yeah, it's throwbacks, man. It's it's cool, man. Pumpkinhead and Sideshow Con. That's insane, isn't it? That was like, I think I picked that video from like a year and a half ago or something.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a while, man. Shout out Franco.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, how you been, man? How's your day going?
It's cool, man. You know, clocked in some overtime. About to download this Assassin's Creed Mirage, and that's really it, man. Got some pot roast in a crock pot. You know what I'm saying? So that's all.
It's like Thanksgiving is here, huh?
Hey, almost, man.
Yeah, October, man. That's good, man. That's really good. Like, yeah, man. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, collector behind the collection for like a good minute. And I was like, man, let me reach out to a couple guys. But then I was like, let me reach out to the first one that did this type of stuff. Like, I still don't remember. You called it cashing out, right? Like that's what you called it. And it was like every Thursday for like how many weeks? Like 30 weeks, 50 weeks?
Yeah, it was every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, for 45 weeks.
Yeah,
45 weeks straight, man. Did it, had to stop just with the work schedule. But in the last year, I've done 2 sporadically.
Yeah.
But it was just the 2. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? It'll definitely be cool to eventually bring it back, perhaps the top of the year. But eventually. But when the time is right, eventually.
Yeah, there's a bunch of new guys here. Big Silva, Carl. You got to interview all these guys, man. Back Kid Voodoo. And the whole idea behind this is like almost to mimic a little bit, but change it up. There's I can't do it as good as the original, but I'll try the cashing out one. But I'm glad you're the first one, man, because you had me as your first interview cashing out show. So I was like, let me pay some respect to this guy and have him as my first. Pause.
Oh boy.
But man, like I want to start like this out with like on a positive note, So I asked some of the guys to share some of their thoughts on the cashing out program and cash in general. And I swear to God, I didn't see any of these, so I don't know what they said. So
oh boy,
I just literally dragged and dropped. That's it. So I apologize. But let's see how this goes, man. So, I like I said, hopefully started off on a good note, but here we go.
All right. KashDaGemini, aka Micah W. What can I say about Kash? Man, I have much appreciation for Kash. When I first got into this hobby, I was like, man, where all the brothers at? Because I only knew of Jim Mint, Mr. X, and one other channel that we don't really mention. And I was like, where the brothers at? And I found Astro, and through Astro, I met Kash, and Kash really reached out to me, had me on the show a couple of times, did an episode. I think it's his best episode of interviews with me. And from there, I met everyone else, from Casual to Pudgy to everyone else through Kash. So much appreciation. I respect the collection. I love the direction that he's going with the connection. And we done went from just statue bros to bros. A couple of times a week, we just, I might hit him up. We chopping it up about statues and everything else. So much success in the future and much appreciation. Put some cash in your life.
Yeah, you gotta copyright that, man. People are just using that like nothing. Well, tell us a little bit about you and Piggy. There's a couple, man. So I want to start this off on a good note. It's freaking get this
Yeah.
going.
Crazy dude. Piggy was a random. Like I had seen a video of his, and because like when I first got into the hobby, it was kind of similar as well. Before it was kind of like just never knew that. Like when you think of like nerds on like TV shows, like you never really think of like Hispanic people. You know what I'm saying? Spanish people. You never think
Whoa.
of like black people. Like nah, for real. Like
Ethnic,
when you
yeah,
think of nerds think of like Caucasian and Asian, and not to be like stereotypical, but that's just what you think of when you see like 80s, 90s, you know what I'm saying, like school bullying and stuff. And so when I saw his channel, I was just like, dude, I gotta ask him to come on. You know what I mean? So it was really cool, man. But yeah, man, that put some cash in your life. Funny story about that. That was a song that was written with Gorilla Zoe. This was back like with like Atlantic Records, man. So it was just like a real catchy thing. Never took off quite on that level, obviously. But it's just a real catchy song, man. So I just threw it in the intro. I got a couple other ones that's just pretty, pretty catchy. But yeah, man, put some cash in your life.
yeah, man. It happened for a reason now, right? Like now it's part of your YouTube here, so it worked out. So that,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of these guys was saying like it's me. Evan said, Steve, you better do a rap for your show. I can't rap for nothing. Maybe in reggaeton, but no, I can't do that tonight. But cool, man. I wanted to do a couple more for you. Here's another one right here.
What's up, collectors? It's your man Fatal. Giving a quick shout out to my man KashDaGemini. I remember when I first came about your channel, I saw that you was a rapper. Being a rapper myself, I appreciated what I saw. And you're a Gemini, so Gemini's got talent. But we become to know each other over the years. Probably like the last couple of years or so. And I remember when you interviewed me on Cashing Out, episode number 18. And what I gathered from that was in our circle, in this statue collecting or collecting community, that you were an innovator and one of the first channels that I can remember doing those style of interviews, man. So big shout out to you for that. The community owes you a great gratitude for that. And we have our conversations, over the phone, and we give each other advice. And one of the advices that I always gave you was to keep grinding. Yeah, you took a break. We all do. But if you keep grinding, your channel's going to grow. You're over 1K. Congratulations on that. But you're going to grow to 10K. All you got to do is keep grinding. I believe that you're a real humble dude. You're a light and a beacon of hope to this community. And I got much love for you, man. Gemini love, from Fatal the Collector to KashDaGemini. Here, your flowers, my brother. Keep grinding.
I feel like this is like a funeral, man, or a celebration. I honestly asked
Oh
them to like
man.
share some words of cash, try to keep
Yeah.
it positive if you could, but hey, these guys aren't letting me down.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you,
yeah.
thank you.
No, no,
That's
no.
cool, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really, really do, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Stuff.
Fato's been part of the community too for a while too. I think he started out like before we did, but then he slowly started picking it up more, I think is what he said.
Yeah, yeah.
So
He's been collecting a long time. When I first saw him, I literally thought he was a Frenchman. Because of his real name. So his real name is Paris. So I thought he was from, and then he's a light
Button.
skinned dude. So I just thought, he was French, like Tony Parker, from the Spurs,
Yeah.
man. So
Yeah.
that's funny, man. Shout out to Fatal though.
Fatal the Collector. I got some more, man. If you don't mind, I start sharing some.
Hey, it's your
Yeah.
show, man. Hey, it's your show.
I asked these guys, and these guys showed up, so I really appreciate it. And yeah, so let's get to the next one.
Alright, gotta be quick as the game is starting. But Steve asked me to say a few things about Cash. And we all kind of start the same way in this hobby, where we kind of venture into the groups, and then we all end up with those same big names like Gem and Batman Statue Collector. But it wasn't really until Steve reached out to me, kind of pulled me into this small community where I met people like Cash and John the Everyday Collector that really, the social media side, Facebook groups, and I'll be honest, a lot of days if I didn't have Facebook groups, I wouldn't have Facebook. So I just appreciate, the opportunity to meet people like Cash. And I mean, I know in our small community we all whine and complain and bitch about a lot of stuff, statue related, but Cash is always one of the few people who's always so positive. With this whole presidential thing, I mean, he just shows that he's really able to take a joke very well, because a lot of times he's a pretty big laughing stock of that whole thing. So yeah, just great person. I mean, you can always ask him anything. Horror collector, so I mean, of course you have, step up in my book. I mean, you could be wearing some blue and green instead of that, purple bullshit. But anyways, so just a shout out to you, Cash. And even though Steve is doing this whole interview thing, we all look forward to the day you return on them Cashing Out Thursdays. So, and that's what he was the first person to really take that idea, and the way he interviews people, I mean, it's not like anybody else. And I know I'm not the only one, Cash. We miss it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this interview. Go Hawks, and thank you so much, KashDaGemini.
It's only in this community where you could like stab somebody and go like, "What's up, brother?" He's like, "Get that purple stuff out of here."
Man. True story, Terry. My second team actually was the Seahawks, like all day long, Baltimore Ravens. But my second team was the Seattle Seahawks, man. Shout out Pete Carroll, Richard Sherman, Bobby Wagner, Percy Harvin, Marshawn Lynch, Geno Smith is doing this thing right now. Shout out to the legendary Steve Largent. So I mean, trust me, I do like the Hawks. Yeah, man. But appreciate Terry, man. I love Terry's channel. I like the fact that Terry is more like kind of quiet, reserved. Love the horror stuff, obviously. That's where we connect a lot, man. And I like the fact that he does bring on, his wife as well as his son. Hopefully as his daughter gets older, he'll be able to bring her on too to the channel, man. So shout out Terry, man.
Oh yeah, man. Like I'm telling you, I just asked and these guys showed up. Like again, like I said, like I didn't I didn't write the script, It tells you though right there, like, man, like you definitely contributed a ton to this thing. So it's like it's showing by, I feel like, our close friends from the community that are freaking sharing this. So here's one that you may not like, but we'll see.
Oh man,
I don't know what he said, but he's part of that.
Is this from the cock side? No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh man, here we go.
Let's see what he says. I didn't see this, so I didn't. I probably should have. Let's see.
Put some cash in your life. Put some cash in your life. If your money ain't right, put some cash in your life. Shout out to KashDaGemini. Congratulations on your 1,000. Yo, straight up, Cash is one of the real ones. This fool put me on with that link. Everybody put people on, but being able to go there, chat backstage, chop it up about the game, figuring out what I'm getting myself into. Cash was there every step of the way. I'll never forget that. It's homie status. KashDaGemini. Also, if y'all don't know, like, constructive outrage and the Gemini Nation, we be beefing, but it is the best type of beef. It's the fun beef, right? Like, he's always down to do whatever, like whether it's debate, whether it's just get attack ads on each other. Down for it all, yeah. So I just want to just say, I appreciate you, KashDaGemini, and congratulations on your 1,000. Shout out to Cash, Casual, the whole crew. Peace.
Oh, thank God. It wasn't too bad.
Hey, man. Respect the cock.
Respect the cock. The BBC respects the I love seeing you guys. You guys have a lot of fun with it. And like he keeps saying, like you're part of the game as well as they are, So
No
It's always
doubt,
fun
man.
to see you guys.
Hey, I'm joking. We can't come to the comic convention together. They're gonna be like, yo, BBC cock. Like we can't go
Yeah.
back.
Exactly. But like it started to become a thing. Respect, like, yeah, man. Oh, actually, I got his right here. Slifer actually, he couldn't do a video, but he shared some words. So I'm gonna read this one off to you. I think for the next one, I'm gonna try to share like reactions. But so Cat, I'm sorry, Slifer said, I first stumbled upon Cash's channel after finding out one of casual streams, then started watching some of his interviews and reviews, which are great because I feel like I'm getting an honest opinion of the pieces he picks up. And the interviews help me get to know some of the collectors in the community. I don't know everyone on a personal level, but the passion for the hobby is a beautiful thing to see, and I appreciate Cash taking his time to do these for some newbies to the scene like myself. So that's your boy Slifer right there.
Yeah, man. Shout out Slifer. You know, it's crazy with Slifer. I said I would never like I'm like Predator is one of my like it's just one of my top things, man. And I was getting rid of my big game Predator. And I'm like, I just can't give it to any and old, anybody. Like, cause I wasn't selling it in terms of like just needing it gone. But it did end up going to Slifer, so that was always cool. And all I said was, hey, if you ever sell it, just hit me up first. You know what I'm saying? He said he
Oh,
never
that's cool.
would, so I take his word for it. But Slifer's a good guy, man. Slifer's a good guy.
Watching him sell it tomorrow.
Oh man, here we go.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, Charlie Martinez, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Magneto.
Mr. Magneto right there. God, I love the guy. Dang, this guy spelled it all out. The cock loves you. Just in case anyone's wondering, what does it stand for again? It's Constructive Outrage Crew, right?
Yeah, Constructive Outrage Crew, and the BBC is Broke Boys Club.
Oh God.
We didn't do that on purpose, by the way.
It comes naturally, man. It's the best way. Phoenix, what's up, Phoenix? Says, congrats, Cash. My first deep dive into the statue community was with you. Bum out you did not receive the onset Chucky t-shirt I sent you. Oh, wow.
No. I am so sorry, Phoenix. I did receive the shirt. My bad. I am so sorry. I did receive the shirt, and it's funny because if you look at the shirt, on the shirt he writes on it, like, "Hey Cash, who's your daddy?" No, the movie, "Who's Your Daddy and What Does He Do?" And it's just so funny, man. I appreciate that. I actually have it hung up in my closet. Thank you so much, man. It finally did.
There you go. Phoenix, some conclusion right there.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
This interview is gonna help Cash 10.
Oh man.
There you go. He says he's not selling it. Charlie Martinez says work. Jesse Hernandez. Everyone's still starting to show up, but I think we have one more, man. Let's see. Got that one. And oh yeah, this one right here.
Hey Steve, hey Cash. Cash, my question for you tonight is take us all the way back to your childhood and let us know your earliest memories of your favorite TV show, favorite movie, even maybe favorite comic book, and how those inspired your collecting habits today. All the best, guys. Always good to chat.
Yeah, he even said, I thought this was an interview. I clearly misunderstood those.
Hey,
four out of five people got it.
I say this real quick, man. John is one of the few people that I like really connected with. John is one of the cool, genuine people. Got much love and respect for John. John is one of the people, like, if I were to ever go to Canada, for whatever reason, I would definitely make sure I went out my way to stop and see him, even if it's just grab a coffee or a tea or whatever, man. Definitely love hanging with John all the way back in the beginning, man. I remember we were on that stream and John was like, "What's pupusas, man? That doesn't sound good coming out the other end." I remember that. But honestly, dude, my very first earliest memory was cartoons. Cartoons with Spider-Man as well as X-Men. Those were my very first memories in terms of what I collect today. That's why I have this Gotham room. I remember sitting in my aunt's living room and watching the Batman animated series, and that's why I was just so imperative to get the Rogues, and that's why I love Spider-Man so much. And I watched a bunch of reason why I'm into horror is just my grandfather, so that's why I have the Predators and the horror stuff. So, but mostly it was really Spider-Man and Batman. That's really what took first, and then secondly I would say Predator.
Awesome, man. Like, yeah, like, I was like listening to that video, and I was like, I'm glad that one went last because 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, man, I asked a couple more other guys, but like Luke said, like, a lot of people couldn't, do it or whatever. Understandable, man. There's a lot of things going on, but like, yeah, I honestly appreciate everyone that sent the videos to me, and
Yeah.
Cash, man, like that's like 4, 5, 6 people out of like a billion. So the show will probably be like just those videos. But man, many thanks to you, and many thanks for what you've done and what you're going to do, in the future. But I wanted to ask you, well, I asked you earlier before this whole thing started, who are your favorite characters? You said Spider-Man, Vegeta, Joker, and Charizard, and Freddy Krueger. Why did you list those? And like, are those like from childhood, recently, or are those like?
Nah, dude. All of these are from childhood. Obviously the earliest ones was Spider-Man, Vegeta, Joker, and Charizard. Those were, I mean, I remember being in, I think it was 3rd or 4th grade, and I had a buddy. Who had a Game Boy, and on that Game Boy was a Pokemon game. I think it was Pokemon Yellow, if I'm not mistaken. And not even gonna lie, shout out Ian Lufia, by the way. I stole Ian's Game Boy. I stole it because I was a tyrant.
All right, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
And I started playing Pokemon, and I just played it nonstop. And not gonna lie, like I did end up giving it back, by the way. But I took it home that day, and I played nonstop. And from that moment on, I asked my grandma and aunt, I'm like, "Yo, I gotta get a Game Boy. I have to." Obviously, started collecting the cards, the TV show, everything, man. Just like with Spider-Man, this show with Peter Parker and just the villains, and that was a love for Venom and Carnage and whatnot. And as you got a little bit older, you move on to Vegeta and Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it was something about Vegeta. Like he came on the scene as a bad guy. Tides kind of turned. He kind of started helping them out during the Frieza saga and stuff like that. But just something about Vegeta, man. Always rooted for him. Loved the Saiyans and stuff like that. But one of my craziest memories, honestly, with Freddy was every weekend my grandpa would pick up me and my aunt, and this was like super late, and he picked me up first, and then he'd make his way to my aunt's house and pick her up, and we're about to go to his farm on the weekend. My aunt and her boyfriend, her husband, they were like really into like Tales from the Crypt, Leprechaun movies, just all those movies. And we would, every time we'd step in, they'd be watching like Hellraiser or Nightmare on Elm Street, like all those type of horror movies. So that was really when I started kind of getting into horror, because every weekend I got to watch like 30 minutes of just the creepiest stuff ever. And then later in that night, actually, my grandpa owned a farm. So in his farm, we had like a projector inside of the barn. There's like horses inside of the barn, owls, creepy as heck, man. We'd put on Universal with, the originals, Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, all those, man. So that's really where the love for the horror came.
Nice. I feel like ages 12 through like 15 is like when it all kicks in. Like as soon as you hit that, those like what Vegeta and Goku, that's all we talked about in school, or like Charizard or like Pokemon stuff. It's like you're part of this group, but everyone was talking about it in school. And if you weren't, you were missing out. Like you were definitely missing out.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely prime years, man. Cool. Like for me, Spider-Man was cool. Vegeta, I was always Goku guy for the longest time, but Vegeta I definitely understood. Charizard, I was Blastoise. I don't know if you remember Blastoise. Yep. Yeah. Kick his ass or something, but yeah, man. Cool. Okay. So Awesome, man. So another one I had, I guess everyone would. Well, I wanted to know more of like how did the collection begin? Did it start off with like I know you used to collect those arcade one ups, but like how did it transition to statues? Like, or did statues come before arcade one ups?
Yeah, statues came before. So I bought a statue before I bought an arcade. So originally, I bought three figures from 3 Zero. It was Freddie, Michael, and Jason. Went on Sideshow. This was like 2017. I had a buddy who was doing YouTube. His channel was basically just like funny skits as well as video game content. And I was like, "Yo, what's that Jason behind you?" And what's like he had just had all these like Jokers, Heath Ledger, just all this like really cool stuff. So he gave me Sideshow site, went on there, literally just instantly searched Michael, Freddie, Jason, got them, bailed out. I actually looked one day, browsed around, and I'm like, yo, this is really cool, all this stuff. But I just never came back once I received those three figures, just never came back. Fast forward 3 years during the pandemic, everybody's at home, not really much to do. I'm just browsing the internet, browsing YouTube, and I see this group of guys just laughing, having a good time. And I kind of click away. I'm like, I don't really know what this is. Go to the gym the next day. See the same group of guys come back up. It's DCX. And I'm like, yo, it's black people. You know what I'm saying? You got a chick here in Barb. Like, it's crazy. You got this crazy dude Arch on here and a Tim and just the whole their whole crew. And it was cool, man. And even the Australian dude, I think his name was Jason. I can't remember, but the Australian
Yeah,
dude,
that guy's goofy, man. That guy's fun.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like such a cool show, and I'm just like, just to think is this many people coming together on this platform, and it was almost like you wanted that brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, of just camaraderie and stuff, and that was just a great feeling. And I started like watching the videos, and I mean binge watching, like, and then I found Batman Statue Collector, and I'm going back to the earliest video and just for like 3 days straight binged. And then I went on eBay. I picked up I think my very first statue was it was either Mortal Kombat Kotal Khan, the sun god,
Yeah, I
or
remember that one.
Scorpion. It was Sub-Zero. It was one of those two were my first. And for the longest, everything was in boxes, man, because we were at an apartment. Everything was in boxes. Now I only had a couple, but everything else was Iron Studios 1/10, either X-Men or Avengers Endgame. That's what I was really getting in because those were cheap, stuff like that. And but when we first started looking at a house, it's crazy because I thought the entire basement was going to be nothing but arcades. Nothing but arcades. Didn't even think this stuff was going to take up this much room. And so that's all I cared about. When we was looking for houses, I'm like, damn, gotta have a basement, gotta have a man cave. And luckily everything worked out. But man, it's been a blast, man, with figures, statues, art prints. Everything's been a blast, man.
Yeah, I remember when you started collecting those arcade one ups. I thought you only had 2 or 3 because they were next to you, but then you moved your camera, I think, to the left, and there was like a room. It's not even it's the same room, but they were in the same section. There was like, I think you had up to like 10 of them at one time. I thought that was insane, but you played every single one of them, and you had the reviews on each one too, which was pretty cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Those are back in the day, right?
Yeah. I'll find one of the older pictures of it and I'll post a picture in both the groups for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, if you could do that. Of course, the guy that has to ask, Gotham Cinebites is asking, Cash, is that a Dyson fan?
It's a Dyson, man. Hey, shout out Black Friday. If you know,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Costco actually had a sale on good Dyson for like $100.
Yeah.
But cool, man. So that's how I began. And so what I wanted to do for how the collection is going is usually I ask people, well, what I want to do is ask people if they could take pictures of their current collection. But you actually did a room tour recently. I know it's changed a lot because a lot of these did go up for sale. But like, I'm going to leave this on mute. But if you could, like you said, like we said, it's definitely going, it's changing a lot. So this one's going to be a section for how's the collection going. So I'm going to put this in mute, but if you want to tell us, like, I think most of this already sold, right?
Surprisingly, no. Only a couple things have actually sold, but I've been able to move everything out the way, to the point where the room is completely different. Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, all the garage shells did sell. I had to sell those locally, obviously, and those were double
Yeah.
reinforced wood. I sold it to like a local painter. He just needed it for like their workshop, or whatever. So, sold all the garage shells to him. Uh, the funds for that is actually going to a good cause, for next month. Something I'm doing next month. So, yeah, finally got the garage sale sold. But it's crazy because, like, as I'm looking at this, like, I generally like this setup. Like, I do. I literally love this setup. But it just I wasn't happy as I am in here. I just wasn't
Mhm.
happy, man.
So, like, so since like we're going up over the question, how is the collection going? Is the collection gonna like getting minimized? But are you gonna do anything with that side of the basement?
Yeah, so right now in the Gotham room, I'm more or less at a standstill temporarily, and I've been focusing on the man cave.
Mhm.
Now, I was talking to Slifer, and he was like, "You got to push the couch back to the wall." So I did that, opposed to having statues behind the couch, which is perfect. And now, like the Sandman is sold, for example. It's still going to be statues in the room. It's just going to be broken into sections, but it's going to be Spider-Man mostly, followed by Predator slash horror. And then, believe it or not, I'm bringing back an arcade wall because I sold all of them. So I'm bringing back an arcade wall with only my top 4 favorite. And then there's going to be a surprise anime section, believe it or not. And if
What?
y'all know me, there's only 2 anime I ever talk about. So that's what I'm going to have, man.
Anime boys rise up. It's like it's funny looking back, right? This is not even like
Oh, but
what was this? Wasn't this post up 2 months ago? It changes
yeah,
like
man.
every time for us. I feel like if I were to go back like 2 years ago, man, like I probably wouldn't even recognize it, to be honest. But so this is how it's going. That's where you're in right now, right? The door on the left, right there.
Yeah, the door on the left, that's where I'm at. So this display right here, I'm actually going to be adding the Cractus Predator and the Ahab Predator. The Ahab is the one that Slifer just got, by the way. And this horror section is going to be duplicated to the right, so it's going to be double. Obviously, got to bring on Pumpkinhead, Ghostface, the new Leatherface, Pinhead, Red Sonja. So like this whole section is gonna be really, really cool, man. Can't wait for it.
Hell yeah. Man, I love what the PCS did with the new what's it called? Chainsaw Massacre thing.
Oh yeah,
That's
for sure.
so yeah, so I think you were selling these art prints as well, and the other arcade went up right there. I mean, this is a big ass room or a big ass like basement, so you could put a lot of stuff in there.
So if you can pause real quick, if you went back to
At the
wait,
couch.
right there, you see where that
Yeah.
door is at?
Yeah.
That behind that door, there's another room that's the exact same size as this man cave that's on camera right now.
hmm
The exact same size. This basement has a lot of space. It's crazy.
That's
Unfortunately,
crazy.
like that's the wife's space though. So it's nothing.
Unfortunately.
It's just, dude. It's literally a bedroom, like a bedroom that's the same size as this man cave, right? And then it has a walk-in closet that's the same size as a Gotham room. I'm like,
Dang.
what? Whatever.
Well, yeah, you gotta keep her happy, man. Look what you got. You got a lot.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I'm just I love this, man. This is huge. Look at that. And it's changed up like multiple times. I remember when you just had the couch like against that wall. I
Yeah,
remember you had
yeah.
like arcades on that side. I remember you weren't even gonna use the room you're in right now. So that was like,
No, it
yeah.
wasn't.
So
So the TV is on this side now, and the couch is moved to the other side, pushed back all the way to the wall. So it's looking a lot different.
yeah. So like that's cool, man. Like I don't think anyone ever sticks with like their setups like for a long time, which is completely understandable. Things change and your collection, your focus changes too. So cool. Well, in case anyone's wondering, oh, you have the Blu-rays there too. That's what I wanted to do with my Blu-rays, but I gave them away. But in case anyone's wondering, Cash did put. If you guys want to watch this room tour, he put it up on this channel. It's called Statue Collection Man Cave Room Tour 2023. So check it out if you guys get a chance. And it's cool, man. I love the fridge idea too. Like you have a fridge downstairs. Like I kind of want a small fridge in here, just to grab
Man.
something. It's really cool, man. Those
Appreciate
treats,
it.
those things were full, man. I remember last.
Dude, everybody comes downstairs and just takes all my snacks, dude. You know?
Yeah, it's a cool room though, man. Like
Appreciate it.
hell yeah. Like I feel like the next thing you have to do, to be honest, like do a tour. I know that room like you're in right now is probably smaller than this one, but
Yeah.
it'll be cool to see what the idea is to use for that, you know, like if you go.
Oh yeah, I'll people was asking because they thought they were gonna see it in this one. But I'll definitely do a room tour in here either December or January. I really just did this one because I knew I was about to break it apart. That's the reason why I did it, because I knew I was gonna
Yeah.
break it apart. But hey, shout out my guy Chris Barton. Hope you're doing well and healthy, man, aka Spider-Man. So see him on the screen
Spider-Man.
there.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, actually, this is going to roll over to my next question. It's going to be what's the future hold for Cash the Gemini? Your man cave, you as on YouTube, and you as in like, yeah, overall. Like, we're looking forward to the future Cash.
Overall, honestly, it took me a while to try to find, like, I guess you could say, happiness and in serenity or whatever the word would be. I feel like I finally found it. Honestly, man, I've just started going back to the gym, getting in shape, getting the weight that I put on off me, and just
You
finding
see,
my footing. Huh?
you see Slimmy? Slimmy's like flexing
Oh
on
man,
everybody, man. I was like,
flexing on
this guy.
everybody. Yeah, he's looking good. So gotta follow the leader, man. And I'm getting in there, and I've been working out for going on 2 weeks now. So hey, see me in February. Just in time for Valentine's Day. Be looking good, man. But honestly, I'm happy, man. It took me a while to figure out what I was going to do in here. Gotham was definitely the way to go. I'm 100% happy. Wouldn't change it. Out there, like I said, Spider-Man / horror, with a sprinkle of anime and a sprinkle of arcades is the way to go for me, for my true happiness. Just to be happy, utilize every inch of the space, and just realizing less is more. See, in here, I wanted to fit 24 statues. I mapped it. I could do 24. I could have this. I could have this. And she came in here and she was like, "No, you can have 13 or 14." And then I didn't, at first I was like reluctant. I was against it. And she was like, "Put a plant here, put a plant over here. You don't have to like fill every single like space." And that's why, like, right there, you got that plant there, you know what I'm saying? And then with the Birds of Prey display, and then it's gonna be Gotham City Sirens right behind me. I'm just waiting to get an art print and some statues in. But honestly, she's been a big help, man. She hangs up all the prints for me just to get them, because I'm real anal. I need everything lined up straight. So she does all that for me. She picked out the flooring, the wall color, everything, man. Her and Buck was like, "You got to get these shelves over." I was gonna build these custom wood ones. It just didn't work out right. But yeah, man, the future is cool, man. I'm really happy. Next year is gonna be a bunch of traveling, man. We're gonna hit up Hawaii, Louisiana, Minnesota, Kansas City, just a bunch of traveling, man. And if I could only go to like a couple things, it would be really cool if I could go to, obviously if invited, if I could go to the barbecue with the DCX crew, and if I could go to OxCon. If I could only go to 2 things next year, like collecting wise, I'll be cool with that. Even though it wouldn't be like New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, etc. It would just be cool getting to like hang out with the fellas and just have a good, a good 2 days of just brotherhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I definitely highly recommend it if you can. But man, like those trips with like your wife and your family, like that'd be
Yeah,
awesome too, man. Like I
yeah,
love traveling and it's like you make those memories and stuff like that. Collecting is always gonna be around, you know? Those statues are always gonna be around. Uh yeah, man. That sounds awesome. That sounds like a good plan for next year. Future
yeah.
Cash is happy, so I'm happy. So that's good for you, man. Great for everything, man. So cool. But what's the plan with the YouTube channel? Is the YouTube channel gonna
YouTube has taken a step back in the last year, and something I enjoy doing. And Judge Joe Brown says you have to do a job that you would do for free. And obviously, like, I'm not, PewDiePie, I'm not rolling in the dough off YouTube or anything like that. So it's just a passion that you don't mind giving your spare time to. And I was like really angry that I had to stop that, just do the work, in terms of, just the amount that you were on, because you generally love this hobby. And it took me some time to, I don't want to say like grow up in a sense, but it just took me some time in terms of like just finding that balance between obviously being an adult and taking care of your responsibilities, but still being able to do this and that. With recent changes, with the job, like obviously I'll be able to coming back on Saturdays. Gonna finally start doing a lot more pre-recorded content. Every blue moon I'll do something on a Sunday here and there, maybe like an hour or so. But hey, if there's room on Tuesdays, I actually can finally come back on Tuesdays. I'm on call on Tuesdays, so I may have to step away to like answer the phone or maybe have to dip out early. But I finally can come back on Tuesdays if there's still room and all, and just happy, man. Just happy.
Oh yeah, man. Always room on Tuesdays for KashDaGemini, man. If you are free, just let me know and like I'll add you to it. It's like don't even like have to ask. Just let me know if you're free. That's it.
Yeah,
Uh
no doubt. I appreciate that.
yeah, man. I think like we started around the same time, and I think I remember like you always invited me to like all the ones you had. So like from the very beginning, and it's been the same, you
Yeah,
know. So it's always been fun. Or even if I asked to be on, it's always been like hell yeah or yes or it's like
yeah.
no question, right? So same way it goes with me, like no question here. But yeah, man, that sounds good, man. So future plans sound good, and yeah, man, like it's having the YouTube thing is for me has always been, to me honestly it's never been work. It's always been
Yeah.
like hanging out with the
Yep.
guys. There is like people will call it work to get it ready, get the slides ready, get all the topics ready and all that stuff. But I have 1 week to do all that, like I do it day by day, try to like jot notes, blah blah for the whole week, and mix everything for that one day. But getting to that like minute before the stream starts, I'm not nervous. I'm not like, I don't care if there's like a billion viewers like watching us or like 2 viewers just watching us. It's just like I'm looking forward to like having those laughs. I want to see what Rashid says. I want to see what
Yep.
Buck says. I want to see what John says. I want to like see what everyone says. Like I put all this stuff together and like I want to see everyone have fun with it. Or like if there's
Yeah.
something on my mind regarding one like a part of our collection, I want to see if someone else could help me like clear out my mind on it. And they usually do.
Yeah.
For the most part, they usually do. So it's always fun.
Yeah, no problem, man. And I definitely agree because like I remember like one of the very first interactions that I had, just everybody has always kind of made it embracing, so to say, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I kind of feel like with the backstage stuff is people don't understand, man. We always joke if we could like really like record this. I
Oh
don't know if
no,
YouTube would
I
be
can't.
like,
No.
hey, we're sending somebody to your house for this one.
They
You know what I mean?
will. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been cool, man. Honestly, it's really been a fun ride, and it's never felt like work or anything. Coming on has always been a blast. in the very beginning, it was crazy because like it was like a lot of people were like, "Damn, man, I always see Cash, always see Casual, always see John." It was just really cool, man. So seeing everybody's channel grow and stuff like that is really cool. One thing I took away from yourself, as well as my music producer or engineer, rather. I remember I was asking you about something, and you were like, "Dude, I'd rather have my 300 Spartans viewing versus having like 50,000 subs or etc." And that really resonated with me because sometimes it's like, dang, I only have like 20 people on, or I only have 30 viewing, opposed to like 150, 200, 300, etc., etc. And it really made sense in terms of like you just have to be happy and give that same effort and energy and passion, whether it's one viewer watching or whether it's
Yeah.
50. We were doing the Star Wars, like my first time watching Star Wars. Shout out Lord Vader, by the way. We only got like 5 viewers for every episode of Boba Fett and the original trilogy, but it was one of the most funnest shows because it was my first time watching Star Wars, and I generally had so many questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
And to get to the point with my engineer, he had said something. I was like, "Yo, it's my first show. I'm nervous. What do I do?" And he was like, "Put some sunglasses on, and also this. Whether it's one person in the crowd, you have to do it the same way as if it's a sold out arena." Very first show was like 3 people in the crowd. Second show was like 10, and then fast forward, we actually did this show in Mississippi, and it was like 70 people out there. You know what I'm saying? It was just really cool, man. And you just got to always give that same effort and passion and energy, no matter how many people was there, because truly you're doing it for the love of the hobby and just that common ground that we all share. So man, as long as everybody keeps that passion, their passion, and again, like everybody's passion is going to be different. So don't never fake a video, to try to, put out another video today or another subscriber. You got to be passionate about, what you collect, because ultimately this is your collection. When the cameras go away, when the video stops playing, when the person walks out your door, when the UPS drives away, this is your collection. So you got to be happy.
Hell yeah, man. Sounds good. Douchebag actually had a thing. He said, "Cash, thanks for being kind in our first interaction. Comment section in the video of yours. You helped this hobby seem attainable for someone who isn't rich. Help the community seem less hostile." Oh, what a douchebag.
Nah, man. I appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate that. Honestly, I joke all the time, man, but hey, using reward points. If you see a discount code at a shopping place of your choice, don't hesitate to use a code. Like I said, discount code, reward points, a Black Friday sale, Labor Day sale, whatever sale they have, a payment plan, whatever works for you, man. Don't try to keep up with nobody. That'll get you in trouble. Like I said, it's your collection. If all you can get is 2 pieces a year, hey, that's fine, man. That's fine.
It sounds like you're the everyday collector. Collect responsibly.
Hey, dude, you seriously have to. You seriously have to, man. I could give some cautionary tales, man. I generally can give some cautionary tales. You know what I mean? Like seriously, I really can.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So that's a good. Oh, look at this guy. Look who showed up. I hope the debate showed you who is the. Oh, I think
Hey,
I should.
if you a real collector, vote for the BBC.
God. Rashid, since you're here, like, I don't know, Cash, if you remember, he was part of DCX for a while, right? But I
hmm
remember when I first invited him, I was like, this guy's too cool for us. He's not going to hang out with us broke boys, We barely have like a couple of statues behind us. And I sent him an invite. He's like, yeah, I'll be on. That's his response. It's not like, thanks for inviting me. It's not like oh, it'd be cool to jump on with you guys. I was like, yeah, I'll be on. I was like, god damn. This guy's something else. But yeah, man, it's cool. Rashid, like, I have to interview this guy too one day, whenever he has time. But yeah, man. So another question I had for you actually was going to be, what's something in your collection that many collectors don't know about? Like, I don't know if everyone knew you made that song. First of all, the Cash in My Life. I don't think
Yeah.
a lot of people knew that. But like, what's something like your horror collection? I guess people somewhat know, but what's something else like not a lot of people know that you have in your collection?
People don't know about the Pokemon stuff. That's the one
Mm.
thing that people know about. I've never really like shared it too much. I mean, I released two old videos that I had, but I never really like shared it like all that much. But Pokemon is something for me that's like I generally love Pokemon, and I've loved it since being a kid. Um, I'll actually like share this if I could share this, with you real quick.
Yeah, yeah. If you have something to share, yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, so every now and then I'll do graphics and stuff like that. So um I did this right here. So I mean
Okay,
this is
Cash.
yeah, hey, Cash, man. I love Pokemon, and it's crazy because growing up, man, you was like a nerd if this was what you was, and now, oh, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon anime, it's all cool. It's just like, come on, man, y'all was picking on everybody back then, but now it's cool. Okay, now you want to be part of the cool club. All right.
Yeah.
So never,
Got
hey,
it.
never change who you are, man. Be yourself at all times, man. I used to walk around with Pokemon shirts happily, didn't give a damn, man. But yeah, Cash, man. I actually have some Pokemon statues coming. I'll be getting a new Pokemon 151 collectibles, or cards actually. So I'm really happy with Pokemon. That's a pastime. It won't be a big collection, very minimum. But I'm very happy with that, man.
Okay. Awesome, man. That's interesting. I knew you collected Pokemon, but I didn't know there was like a lot of history behind that. So,
Yeah,
Cash get
man.
poked by.
Here
You knew something was coming.
here goes Terry, man.
Pause. Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. Shout out Darth Rashid, man.
I get to see that guy this week, man. I'll see him on like I don't know what day he's going to New York Comic Con, but I get to see him. I get to see Slifer. So that'd be cool.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. It's coming up this week.
Hey,
It starts
do me
Thursday.
a favor.
Yeah.
Step on his left Tim for me and say Cash
God
the
damn.
Gemini. Step on his left Tim, man. The left
I
one.
think he left already. So cool. Well, man, like I was just watching your 20. Yeah, see, man, it's interesting, man. Like I want to go back and watch the old room tours I had. I know my cat's in every single one of them, so I gotta.
Yeah, and it's crazy because if you look at the very first one was on Sick Mansion Collectibles channel. It's crazy. If you look at the very first one, it's completely different from this one that's up. So it's just crazy because every time you kind of get your room together, you say the same thing. Ah, man, this is almost perfect. You know what I'm saying? And you
Always,
love
yeah.
it. But then somehow you're able to tweak it and just make it different. And I wonder is the reason why, because you don't have unlimited funds in terms of like you're able to flip the room like instantly. You know what I'm saying? To where by the time you're kind of getting closer, your vision has already changed. You know what I mean?
It's happened to me, man. Like I wanted my collection downstairs with like all of my stuff in the living room and like everything down there, but like as soon as my nephew came in, grabbed Thanos on Throne's like portrait, and I was like, well, it has to go upstairs. And I think it did it for the best, man. I love this room. Like this room is my like little peace room. I come up here, like work from here. I stream from here. I'm starting to add a bunch of more stuff here, so it's like my little playroom or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. I relax in
Yeah.
here. I have a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because I see your wrestling figures back there. Trust me, man, that's something that me and Pime were talking a lot on. I remember having Pime on here, and we talked a lot about wrestling. Dude. I mean, you'd be surprised how many wrestling fans is in this community, dude. From the belts, the art prints, a couple statues here and there. Not as much love, but the figures, man. Shout out Booker T, Stone Cold, Sting. Sting is actually from my city too, which is crazy. But shout out Sting, man.
Hell yeah. Darfur She has a question. Cash, did you order the Leatherface?
I did not order the Leatherface yet. I'm still paying off. I got one payment left in 2 weeks for Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn from Tweeterhead, and both those will come. Once those are paid off, next month I'll order the Leatherface, unless they release the ES like Monday and it's like 200, then I gotta just snatch it real quick because I
Yeah.
ain't gonna be missing. So I'm just saying. But I will be getting
I,
a Leatherface.
I do like that one. Like I think we saw that last week with Rashid, and yeah, it looks really really cool.
So fun fact, I randomly had a bunch of people yesterday saying like, "Hey, what's up with that segment? Cash out or I don't know." Used to do it, right? So I'm gonna bring it back, and it's crazy. I want to do one on the Leatherface. So quick,
Oh yeah.
it's definitely a cash out, but damn that price. The price on it is just
What's the price on it? I didn't see the price on it.
it's like $900.
For a quarter scale.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. And it looks incredible. Don't get me wrong, but the price on it is crazy. Nevertheless, I'm a huge horror fan. I definitely want a Leatherface, so I gotta get it. But I'm just like, wow on the price. But I have about 185 reward points from Sideshow. So I'll go ahead and just slap the points on there, man.
Awesome. Carl says WWE beats AEW, obviously.
Jumbo, baby.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Five time.
Did someone say cool nerds? You need a pinhead? I thought I saw a pinhead. Someone posted a pinhead today. I forget.
Yeah, Nathan had got it.
Oh, okay, that's where I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looked pretty cool. Rashid says Sideshow Poison Ivy. You should keep it, Cash. It came out good.
Yeah, I seen a lot more pictures, a lot more videos. I definitely will be keeping it for sure. It looks good.
Awesome. Good. Yeah, best Leatherface I've seen. Yeah, man, definitely interested to see the cash out, or I don't know, because like Leatherface is interesting. Like $850 for a quarter. I don't know. Like the prices for PCS are like either great or like
right.
It varies, man.
And I know it's so much like different, but their Michael Myers was $500 and some dollars. So it's like, what's the $350 price difference? I know the rooted hair, I know it has more blood and stuff, but it's just like, I don't know.
Rooted hair. It looks like a wig.
Looks like a wig. It probably is a wig.
Yeah.
Because with Michael Myers, it was a wig, obviously, because his mask. But yeah, that's probably what it is.
I didn't know the price was that high. It does look badass, but yeah, that's a crazy price.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Jose says, yeah, that first pick of Ivy was suspect, but everything else I have seen has been amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any. I've been offline for like this whole last couple of days, but that's cool. Sweet, man. So we're closing up to the hour. I'm gonna keep this to an hour or over an hour, but one of the last questions I had for everyone that's gonna be on this is gonna be share some collector advice. So it could be either you can make it all three or all of it. You share some collector advice for YouTubers, share some collector advice for people getting into the game or that are part of the game already. So either way you want to take it.
Thor had asked me a similar question, and I talked to Matt about this a lot, as well as Buck. This is going to be unpopular, and I'm sorry there's not going to be like a fairy tale type question or answer, but I'm going to keep it all the way real. And before I say this, I'm going to just preface this. You can make fun of me. You could say whatever slander you want to say. Honestly, I don't care. As long as it helps one person out there, that's all that matters to me. So have a way at your jokes, whatever. But be very cautious when it comes to collecting. We're all grown-ups here. I'm never going to tell another grown man or woman what to do with their money, how to spend it, where to buy their collectibles at or not. But what I will truthfully say is handle your responsibility, whether that's, a father, a mother, a homeowner, a car owner, whatever it is, handle those responsibilities first and foremost. We got some really cool stuff. Some of us has bigger collections than others. The size of the collection is really irrelevant. This is stuff that we're passionate about. Take care of those responsibilities first so you can truly enjoy these collectibles without any sort of like looking over your shoulder. There was a point in time where I got so wrapped up into it, got so enamored into it. Last year, this time, I had 24 POs. And the crazy thing is, with them 24 POs, it was so much stress that every single time you looked around, it didn't matter how much your paycheck was or wasn't. You constantly was paycheck to paycheck because you had to get that next piece. You had to get that next piece. And the funny thing about that, when you do that, you generally end up don't even keeping half of those pieces. You know what I'm saying? And I just want people to really be careful. It also came a point in time where like I was like months behind on the mortgage. I was months behind on the car. I was months behind on utilities. And I'm saying all this stuff to literally seriously say, take care of your responsibilities and then collect. As Lord Vader says, this stuff is gonna be here. You may miss out on something at a low ES, but I promise you, is you gonna be able to get it back later. Look at Vibranium Gem, and there's another collector. They both found the XM Scorpion. That thing is like 200, 250 ES. You ain't nobody selling that, and if they are, you're gonna pay a lot of money. They both found it. So handle them responsibilities. Happy collecting, man. Watch what y'all buying, and just be for certain on stuff that you are buying. All money aside, just be for certain on the stuff you buying, because sometimes going to sell this stuff might be some scammers, et cetera, man. So just take care. And then on the YouTube side, I will say this: if you are going to start a channel, honestly, just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Nobody can tell you the type of content to make or not make. Have fun. Make the content that you're happy about, that you're passionate about. If all you want to do is unboxings, do unboxings. If all you want to do is live streams, do live streams. Just whatever makes you happy. If you invite other people on, you know, just have a good group of guys. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended, the Steve Show, but have a good group of guys and just have fun with it. So my biggest advice to everybody, in a nutshell, have fun, collect responsible, handle your responsibilities as a grown up, and cash out.
Wow. Perfect. Awesome. And yeah, man, like if anybody ever has any questions, like ask. Like I feel like that's the number one thing people are afraid of. Like, oh, I can't ask them. They think I'll be copying them or they'll think I'm bothering them. It's like I have all my notifications on do not disturb, and I'll get to whoever I need to get to, but I'll answer your question. Like I don't mind. It's a question like if I could help you out with, I'll be glad to help you out with, you know?
I remember somebody said that to me. They were like, dang, I didn't know I could talk to you. I thought you were like, you know, Cash the YouTuber. I'm like, dude, my name is Michael, bro. Like you can ask me anything you want to ask me. Like I'm just your regular average Joe. I just happen to, I guess you could say, be a YouTube personality or whatever you would call it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, just like Cash said, if anybody has any questions, man, feel free to, you can always hit me up, you know, on the YouTube comment, Facebook groups. If you want to talk to me, you can hit up Steve and he'll get you in touch with me. Like, I don't mind, man. Just, you know, if anybody needs any help with anything, whether it's hunting down an art print, whether you need custom artwork. If I don't know where to find the custom artwork at, we could hit up Danny Lee or CC. I'm pretty sure they'll know. Anything you guys need, man. I'm always here. I'm an open book, man. So it's all good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just to go back to like how we started. It's like we didn't know everything. Like we were like freaking. I was mimicking this DCX. I was mimicking like Rat Titan. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, it's definitely like ask, man. Like that's how I got my answers. So yeah, man. Well, man, that was fun. I completely agree with all the advice you gave, and I hope people take it to heart because I feel like if you're not paying for that rent, you know, where's the collection gonna stay at? You know, take care of the rent first, man.
Can't be having a Thanos on throne underneath the bridge, man. Come on, now.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, man. So, I don't know who the second episode's gonna be on, but like, I hope this one went. I think this one went pretty well. Like, I know, like, it's not as long as others, but I think I had a lot of fun with this. But Cash, again, thanks again, man. Unless you want to talk about anything else, you have anything you want to bring up before we get out of here?
Yeah, you know, I'll say this. I just want to say thank you to everybody who contributed, you know, on the videos, or as well as the written messages. Thank you to everybody in the chat who commented, said some kind words, as well as anybody who's going to watch this on the replay. Thank everybody who subscribed to my channel, Casual's channel, everybody who's joined the groups. Appreciate you guys for you guys' involvement, man. Just making this hobby fun. You know what I mean? This hobby wouldn't be as fun without you guys. And I can truly say that it would be a very isolated hobby because, you know, we all have friends or significant others, things like that, but they don't really get it. You know what I mean? They don't really understand it. So I appreciate you guys a lot. I really, really do, man. And it'll finally be nice to be able to come back on more of a regular basis on Tuesdays and the stream on Saturdays, man. So um, thank you to everybody again. And I will probably say one thing I'm really looking forward to is Sideshow's Penguin as well as XM Studios Venom Arise. Those are probably the two most statues right now that I'm really looking forward to seeing, and I can't wait for them both to come.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Like again, big thank you to you, everyone that did all those videos, like, and Slifer for putting in those words, even though he could have done a video, but it's okay. No kidding. Everyday Collector, Piggy, Fatal the Collector, Gotham Cinnabites, and Crippler. I know I asked a bunch of other people, like, time and, other stuff get in the way. I'm sure they would have sent it. I'm sure a lot of things got mixed up, but big shout out to everyone, like you said. Big shout out to the community. Thank you to everyone. I know we're like a big, small group of boys, but yeah, man, like Kash said, it wouldn't be fun without everybody, like it's you guys make it the show, so it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, they definitely do. And I'll say this real quick as well. Like I said, the cash outs are on, know those are definitely will be back. Broke Boys will be every Saturday moving forward, unless I'm like out of town or something of that nature. But don't worry, man. The Cash and Out show will eventually come back. I'll try to bring it back the top of the year if I can. But I like what everybody's doing. And I'll say this because even though everybody's doing their own thing, and to some people they may see it as similar, you guys got to think of it as juice, right? We all got different juice, right? All juice is going to be concentrated, or it could be 100% real juice, and it's going to be the same. But sauce is always different. So check out everybody's channel. You know what I'm saying? I like what Steve is doing here. I like what Laura Vader and Norman Rich is doing. So just support everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's enough to go around for everybody, man. So just have a good time with this. And hey, Steve, keep up the good work, man. For real.
Man, we got to use legal names now. Oh, all right, I see how it is.
Oh, CMP. No.
No, it's all good, man. Thank you again, and thank you everyone else. 12-inch Moose Stream, Gotham Cinnabites. I don't know if I could say this. Fate of the Collector.
Hey, crazy black man. Are you voting BBC or Cock? I just want to know.
Figure Call on X-Mix exclusive, Darth Rashid, Piggy, and everyone else that joined tonight. Thank you guys. And if you guys watching the replay, let us know what you guys think. But thanks again. And Kash, thank you too, man. All right, you guys, have a good night. And I'll see you guys Tuesday. Peace.
Cash out.